today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the January 11th, the magical Monday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But much more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in 877-927-6648. And if you can't dial in, we've got you covered there too. You can always send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question, of course, in our Tiger's Den. Well, any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on a magical, magnificent, marvelous Monday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. A mixed bag out here. You've got the Dow trading down just slightly, almost back to break even. The S&P is off 8, NASDAQ 100 off 96. Russell's up 3, semis are up 52, trannies are up 38. Gold is up 14, silver 62 pennies, light sweet crude is up 7 cents, natural gas back almost 3 pennies. No requests that we have in. We'll take a look at the general markets, but there was one request that did come in from one of our Tigers, and that is Dan in New York City. And Dan wants to take a look at KNDI. Sounds like candy to me out there. And that's a good way to start our show. The question is, though, what kind of candy? Because not all candy is the same. And this is Candy Technology Group. Now, you want me to take a look at it, but Dan, I don't know what it is you're looking for. But here's what we do know about candy. Right now, price of trading above, this could be day number 2 in a row above the top of its daily profile out there. That would be suggesting at least a short-term change in trend. Price had pulled back. We see that it found support at a rising trend line area. If our eyes gravitate over to the weekly, that's the next spot to look at. From this set of charts out here, we can see that price held the bottom of its bullish structured daily profile. And now, with price above the center of that at 813, we're trading 834. That's a suggestion that price wants to make a move to the top of the profile at 1163. Price also above the top of its bullish structured monthly profile, and that price target is 1283. So let's go take a look at Candy's charts out here, see if we can see anything else that is going on. And so what do we have out here? You've got wave number 7 up at the high. Price pulls back to its breakout level at 735. So this supports our initial conclusion there on the daily. That price wants to move higher. I don't have the profiles on there. We took a look at those on the prior chart. The weekly time frame chart, Candy's going to have a little bit of resistance at 881. So if you're long Candy, you're looking for price to close over. Know that that is your resistance level. Generated Rhodes momentum indicator pattern back in November. That has taken price. With price below the oscillator and change line, it's green, Dan. That's where the message is, hey, this could still continue to pull back out here. Above that, that would be very positive in those larger numbers that we took a look at, those upside potentials. Then it would have more of a likely outcome to achieve those objectives. If we take a look at the monthly time frame out here, what do we have? Not much. Don't have anything there. In real short term, is there anything here to pay attention to? Not really. So back to Candy out there. Candy is just simply the resistance at that 881 level. Dan, that number is going to change by a penny, couple pennies or so as price moves higher or lower. But that's the level where it is struggling to get through. And we would not have seen that until we went to my white background chart. So hope that helps you out. We've got a request out here from the Peak Man. Peak D wants to go take a look at Bitcoin GBTC. So let's go do that. Let's just take a look at the currency. currencies. Let's take a spin through all of them out here. And in currency, well, we're going to begin with taking a look at Bitcoin. So you got to love this, folks. I'd love you to learn how to use the TD9 count. Terrific tool. We use it here all the time. It's an easy tool for me to teach. I do teach it to you in detail. Just subscribe to Mastering Probability. You can do it for 30 days. Just go to the TFNN website, and you'll see that plus many more hours worth of education, the tools that we're using here to help us identify the market. So when Bitcoin got to bar number 9 on Friday, those of you who would have traded Bitcoin, what would you say was the likelihood that we're close to some type of at least short-term top? Well, there we go. We've got it. Now, here on Bitcoin, we're just taking a look at the March contract. So I don't have a ton of data out here, and that kind of straps our hands a little bit behind our back there, Peak. But here's where price broke out from, the last breakout. Inside of Bitcoin occurred at 26,720. That's utilizing that TD9 count. That is very likely where price is headed to. If I take a look at the continuous contract now for Bitcoin out here, I think we've got a slightly different number, but that's not unusual. Whoops. 26,720. The continuous has got 26,080. I'm using really the continuous here, Peak, to understand where is price trading in relationship to that oscillator and change line, which is at 34,176. So very much like we looked at on that last instrument, it's a green oscillator and change line. If price can close back above 34,176, a key level of support will have held. Until that takes place, this is signaling to you and I that price wants to get back and test that breakout area. Again, the breakout level I would be using would be that 26,720 area. That's what we see when we take a look at Bitcoin. Now, let's look at the short-term time frame chart for Bitcoin. This is a U.S. dollar index, but BTC 0321 to see what's going on here. And this short-term time frame, we're looking at the 30-minute. And the 30-minute says, hey, Steve-O, wait a minute here. I want to rally. Why does it say that? Well, because about an hour ago, this formed a nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom pattern with a nice key reversal. Well, it wasn't a key reversal. It was just a bullish engulfing session. Right now, price is above the top of its profile. So we should see a rally here. And that rally could take price up to the 37,035 level. 37,035 is the price where it broke down, Bitcoin broke down using a 30-minute time frame chart. Let's go take a look at GBTC, slightly different looking pattern and chart than Bitcoin itself. Of course, Bitcoin, I believe, is the underlying instrument for GBTC. So it didn't have a TD9 count, but you would be paying attention to the underlying instrument, not really what GBTC is showing us. But here's what we know about GBTC, the ETF for Bitcoin. It's trading below the oscillator and change line, which is at 39.23. And as long as price remains below that, it will follow along the tracks, directionally speaking, of Bitcoin. Well, am I suggesting that GBTC is going to get back to 15.29? No. Not that it can't. I'm not really suggesting it. I'm suggesting that what you've got to do is pay attention to the Bitcoin futures contract, pay attention to what it is doing to generate those signals. So I hope that helps you out with regard to Bitcoin, GBTC. With regard to the other currencies out here, take a look at the yen as long as we're here. The yen formed a nice little Rhodes momentum indicator bottom pattern out there. That's a beautiful thing, only in bar number 3 of a TD9 count. Looks like this is headed into the 105 level. The Great British Pound out here looks like wave number 7. That's letter G on my screen. This could easily pull back to the 131.8 level. And the euro. The euro generating, what do we have out here? Right now, pulling back to support, close below 121, could take us down to 118. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're not currently using the Taz Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The Taz Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, Taz understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the Taz Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the Taz Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back. Dow's off 12. S&P is off 8 points. Let's start taking a look at the equity futures markets out here. Look for any kind of signals, information, whatever we can find. Here is we'll start with the Dow equity future contract, the YM. So in taking a look at it, here's what we know so far. Prices continuing to rise, doing it with less relative energy out there, but prices above Stevie's green line, which is at 38.46, is above the top of its daily profile. There's one that's trying to form. We'll go take a look at that, see if it is still in place as we speak. But at this stage here, the Dow chart remains bullish. The daily time frame chart. If there's a bearish reversal candle, different story. Even a close below the oscillator and change line could be a different story. That's at 38.45-ish type range out there. If we look at the 30-minute time frame chart, what do we have out here? Let's go populate this. So we are in bar number 8 of a TD9 count. If this bar takes out the or the next bar, so within the next there could be or should be a short-term top within the next. So it's 119. So this is bar 8. Bar 9 takes us to 2 by 2:30. As long as we see a higher high, a move above, doesn't have to be a close, but a move above 39.87 between now and 2:30. If we get that, then we should have, can't guarantee it because I've got to take a look at each bar, but we should have then a TD9 count topping signal. Price right now is up at the resistance level of 39.77, the TD9 count breakdown area. So not a guarantee the price is going to get over that and make that pattern, but if it does, that would give us our short-term high signal. That's what the 30-minute time frame chart is showing us. The 60-minute time frame chart, as price was moving down this morning, it was doing so with less relative energy, generated Rhodes momentum indicator bottom, did it with the bull sash and the key reversal session. If we go back to the 30-minute time frame chart, remember when we were on the show last week on Friday, markets were moving lower. And I believe we were looking at the Dow because the Dow was the instrument that was generating a potential bottoming signal. And as we came in to the 2 o'clock session, I said, I don't know if that is going to be a hammer candle or not because we still had about 4 or 5 minutes left to go. But in fact, it did. Why was that important? Because if it did generate a bullish reversal candle, that was confirming the Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. And in fact, that's what took place. And price went ahead, moved right up to resistance, the top of that profile that it had for its 30-minute time frame out there. So we're going to pay attention to the TD9 count if it unfolds, but we won't know that during this show out here again because we're off the air before 2 p.m. So what else? Oh, I mentioned that the Dow was attempting to form a new profile. So let's go take a look at that before we go off and venture into the other equity future contracts out there. And here is the new profile for the Dow. Potential new profile for the Dow. Potential because I'm using Stevie's advanced Doppler tool out there. And the advanced Doppler tool tells us where the storms are right now, but the change, a little bit of wind could blow that profile away. So we really won't know until 6:01 this evening, but it is bullish in structure. We do know where buyers and sellers right now are positioning themselves. Buyers between 35.92 and 37.31. Now, because we know that price is moving back into support, it made that Rhodes momentum indicator signal that was forming on the 60-minute time frame more valuable this morning because price was pulling back into a level of support with a bottoming signal out there. And that's really what we did on Friday as well. We looked at the Dow equity future contract. I believe it was Brent was on the phone that we were taking a look at that. And what we noticed was on the daily basis, price was pulling back to test its oscillator unchanged line, another key level of support. What that does tell you and I is if this profile does take hold, and we see it close below 35.92, that could signal a change in trend inside the Dow equity future contract. Do we have that right now? We do not. Where's resistance? Well, resistance right now is at 31,148. The only other future contract or equity future contract that is attempting to form a new profile is the Russell. And we've seen price spread from high to low out there, so it's just consolidating. The bottom of that profile is at the 2054 level, the top of the profile or resistance at 2093. So watch those two instruments for any kind of signals, either to the upside or to the downside, because we don't have that same type of information inside of the NQ or the ES Mini out there. But let's not stop by taking a look at just these charts out here. In fact, let's go take a look at the NQ, which is struggling today. What's the message coming from the NQ's charts? And again, here we're going to take a look at the daily, the 60-minute, and the 30-minute time frame for some signals. Let's start with the 60-minute time frame. 60-minute time frame generates a Rhodes momentum indicator top. Does it when it forms a bear sash candle. That bear sash candle coming in at 1700 hours on November the 10th, on Friday. What has price done since then? Pulled back to test what it should pull back to test. Its breakout level. That's the 12,919. Again, another reason for you to want to learn the TD 9-count pattern. Now, what's that 12,919 level? Price is right now trading into, or Proust this morning bounced up into the resistance of its bearish structured profile. So 13,007 is an area to watch, but really 13,031 would be the key level. And to the downside, it's at 12,925 and a quarter. A close below that could easily set off a move down to 12,684. That's on the 60-minute time frame. On the 30-minute time frame chart out here, as we populate this, what do we have? Certainly an A to B equals CD to the downside. Although I can't draw it in, you can see the A to B, B to C, C to D, bullish reversal candle. But price struggling also at a bearish structured profile. So 13,007, an important level to clear at the top if there's going to be a continued rally, which could take price to 13,096. But short of closing above that level, watch 12,925 from a support standpoint for the 30-minute time frame. On a daily basis out here, what do we have? We've got price testing the oscillator unchanged line. It is just slightly below it. We don't have a bearish reversal candle. You can see this is triggered a Rhodes momentum indicator signal. So at this stage, with price above the top of its profile, trading right at about its oscillator unchanged line, we don't have any reason to say, hey, there is problems in River City. Those are the messages from the NQ. If we take a look at the Russell 2000, let's go over take a look at it. We know that it was trading up into the top of its profile. I guess what I really need to do is put in the correct symbol. So now I just kind of screwed things up. Nice job, Steve-O. And I covered the one chart that would have been my go-to. Wow, this is a real problem. We're just going to have to pause here. I'm probably going to have to tell you a story. I don't even have a story to tell you, but I can come up with a story, I'm sure, to tell you. But let's see if we can get the charts back here, because I know you'd rather see that than a story. So here, we're back to the daily time frame for the Russell 2000. Again, price moving higher, no less relative energy, but no bearish reversal candle just yet. And price is testing the oscillator and change line at 2073. So this, the daily chart for the Russell 2000 remains bullish. I believe we have a caller on the line, and if that's the case, we've got call ahead seating. So let's go out to Jerry in Boston. Jerry, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you?
then a story. So here, we're back to the daily time.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah. Hey, Jerry, how you doing?
Shannon Price is testing the
What?
opposite.
Safe Bulkers, SB.
SB. Okay. Tell me what you're doing with SB and how I can help you.
I bought some at 120. It's a shipping company.
Yeah.
And the rates in the Baltic are soaring in a period when it usually goes down in January.
Got it. Well, let me do this here. We're about to go to a hard break. If you would be kind enough to hold on through the break, we'll come back. We'll take a look at the SB, which formed a TD9 count pattern on Friday. And that makes today's high, Jerry, whatever that high ends up being, a very key level to watch. I'll explain that when we get back from this break. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step-by-step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at SB with Jerry in Boston. That is Safe Bulkers, which today made the 1 to 1.618, A to B equals CD to the upside pattern. So you've got a couple of patterns on the daily time frame, Jerry, that you need to be concerned with. In the case of the A to B equals CD pattern, that really needs a bearish reversal candle to confirm that topping signal. We don't have that in place as we speak right now. However, as I mentioned, you do have a TD9 count top. And with a TD9 count pattern, that can identify, doesn't always, but it can identify a top or a bottom. Now, the cool thing about this, right now, the high of today's session is 178. Jerry, let's just assume that price doesn't get above 178 today. If tomorrow you see a close above today's high, above that 178, that tells you about that continued strong momentum move to the upside for the daily time frame. Otherwise, be cautious or be prepared for at least a retracement back to support. Where is support? The first level of support would be the oscillator and change line. That's currently printed at $1.46. That level will change by a few pennies if price moves higher or lower, but figure that $1.45-ish type area is where price should pull back to. The weekly time frame chart out here shows a TD9 count as well. And that TD9 count had formed below its breakdown level at $1.91. So this too is saying, hey, it's been a nice run, but Jerry, be careful out there based upon the patterns of both the daily and the weekly. The monthly time frame, as we take a look at it, is there any kind of a signal? There is not. Short term, let me see what we have out here. And by short term, I'm going to look at the 30-minute, a TD9 count top. This is telling us that price should pull back to $1.60. Now, that's a 30-minute time frame. Should you see a close below $1.60, then that's going to signal to you that pull back to that other level. I think it was around $1.45 or something along those lines out there. So that's what I see when I take a look at SB safe bulkers. Jerry, what questions do you have based on that?
No, that's good. I mean, I think it has a chance of going higher, but it all depends on the Baltic Index, which goes down every year in January. But this year it's soaring because China is on a whole different schedule of business in a growth phase. So
sure,
I have to put these two things together. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You bet, Jerry. Thanks so much for calling. That was Jerry in Boston. All I was going to say is the month of January is not over. And you got these topping patterns. And so knowing that from a cyclical standpoint, I would really be cautious here. But again, if price closes above today's high, that's going to tell us about a strong momentum move to the upside. Phone lines are open, email lines open as well, and the same thing inside the Tiger's Den. So without having any request at this stage here, let's continue on. Continue on? What do you mean, Steve-O? What was I looking at before? I was looking at, I think we're just going through the equity futures contracts. Yeah, that's what we were doing. So let me just, we took a look at the Russell. We haven't taken a look at the ES Mini. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's put in the ES Mini just to get a feel for what signals are coming from its different time frame charts. Daily time frame, no topping pattern. And as long as price remains above 37.87, conditions remain bullish. If we take a look at the 30-minute time frame chart out here for the ES Mini, what do we have? Really not much. The potential of setting up a consolidation. The bottom has been tested. That was Friday's low. In essence, that was tested. The question is, will the high from Friday get tested to set up this little consolidation that we may be inside the ES Mini? The 60-minute time frame chart not generating much of a signal for us either. You got a TD9 count top, price pulled back to its breakout level. So it just tells us that price has held. Platinum is the question out there from Mr. Bill. Platinum, I believe, is the April contract. Is that correct, Mr. Bill? So let's go ahead and put it up on the screen out here. And if I'm wrong, well, then we'll change the contract. But I believe it is April. So let's go take a look at it. What do we know? Platinum has a nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. Did it with a nice big, that's a 60-minute time frame chart. Okay, make sure. So on a 60-minute time frame, Mr. Bill, you should be anticipating that price is going to make its way up to 1055.80. 1055.80 is the top of its bullish structured 60-minute profile. We are on a 60-minute time frame. Generated that nice little bottom out there, okay? So 1055. Now close above that. Says price that takes out resistance. Price wants to move higher. Go to a shorter time frame chart, the 30-minute time frame chart. What did this generate for us? Not much. This is going to be could be forming a TD9 count top. So the 30-minute time frame chart is saying that by, that takes me to 2, 2:30. By 3 o'clock, you could see platinum top out for that short-term time frame and pull back. The pullback level, I would say, would be between 1034, 1038, something along those lines. Now to the bigger picture. The bigger picture is the daily picture. What does the daily picture tell us with regard to platinum? Well, you've got a confirmed Rhodes momentum indicator signal. So it says that the other rallies we were just looking at right now are likely to be nothing more than a counter trend move. We've got price below the bottom of its daily profile, and over the long haul, Mr. Bill, it looks like platinum wants to target the 930 level. That's the TD9 breakout area. So that's platinum. It's April 2021 contract. Hope that helps you out. Thanks so much for asking. Did we cover the ES Mini? I think we did. I think we got the ES Mini. So now let's go take a look at gold. Let's do the same thing out here. So gold, we're in the February contract still. And the February contract for gold shows a confirmed sell the D point, although the A to B equals CD isn't drawn in here. You can visually see that. Price below the bottom of its daily profile, very likely headed back to the lows out here around 1760. In fact, let's move away from this chart here for gold. Just do something slightly different. And what would be that slightly different? You know, what we haven't done is we haven't taken a look at the horizontal trading range boundary lines out there. I know that's a mouthful, but that's a mouthful. Now let's go take a look at what those horizontal trading range boundary lines are. And here you're going to see daily, weekly, and monthly. The dailies are going to be in the blue. The weeklies are going to be in the green. The monthlies are going to be in the red. Now, what I want you to be able to take a look at are really the important points. What this does, this goes out, even though it's a weekly time frame chart that we're looking at, this tool goes back as far as I want it to go back, or at least that I have data, and then identifies for its daily time frame or its weekly time frame or its monthly time frame. It just looks at the body of the candle. It's looking at opens and closes. We don't really care about the wicks or the candles on the wicks or the wicks on the candlestick chart out here. What I wanted to share with you is you can see that the 2053 level, the weekly horizontal trading range, is a real key resistance level. Price got below that, and that weekly horizontal trading range level, 1944, that's been acting as resistance. Now, support is at 1768.70. That happened to be the daily horizontal trading range. Any move below that would take us to 1728. We've got a caller on the line. Let's go out to Brent in Martinez, California. Brent, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you?
I'm doing quite well, Steve. Thanks for taking the call. I didn't get a chance to thank you on Friday. We kind of got cut off.
No
problem. I just appreciate you doing that on that day. So.
No problem. Hey, Brent, I just realized I wasn't paying attention. I don't really try to pay attention, but we're going to a hard break in about 16 seconds. So if you'd be kind enough to hold on, we'll come back with Brent in Martinez, California, and we're going to take a look at ticker symbol RGLD. So, folks, during the break, go tell us what RGLD is going to do, and we'll see what we come up with when we get back from this break.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We're going to go take a look at Royal Gold, the ticker symbol there, RGLD. It's been in a downtrend ever since August. And so, Brent, tell me what you're doing, how I can best help you.
The reason I'm calling, I don't have a position in this. There's one other I was hoping you might be able to take a look at.
Sure.
And you were starting to talk about gold. I still think gold's going lower, so I don't have positions in this or the other one I would like you to look at.
Okay.
But this one I did a little work on. It looked to me on it was the weekly chart that I was kind of specifically looking at, and just kind of going with some basic numbers, not getting it down to the Nats rear end, but just looked like from the low in March up to that high in August, a 618 would be a number around 93, and then if you were to complete that ABC pattern that's kind of forming,
yes,
it would be a 1-to-1 to be down the same area. And then I didn't do any expansions like a 786 or like, of course, an expansion on the 1-to-1 ABC. So I was hoping you could look at that and see what you came up with.
Absolutely. So while you're talking, I'm trying to draw in the patterns that you're referring to, and we've got that done. And it's the weekly time frame chart that we're going to go ahead and expand on our screen out here. So what Brent was talking about, first the 0.618 retracement level. That's he's measuring from the low of March 16th to the high, again, it's the weekly chart of August the 3rd. And the 0.618 retracement level is around 93.34. The 1-to-1 A to B equals CD, as you've pegged it, is 93.99. So if price did get down there and generated some type of bullish reversal candle on a weekly time frame, that would generate a Gartley buy pattern. There is a confirmed A to B equals CD to the downside. The swing point was a swing point that from the week of September 21st, and the volume there was 2.1 million shares. When it was passed with about 2.1 million shares. That was the week of November 16th. So we're going to call this a confirmed A to B equals CD pattern out here. And notice that the retracement, that B to C retracement, Brent, was only 35%. Now, at this stage, prices shifted to the weak side of the C to D leg. So it is in the right-hand side, and that 1-to-1 is still a real potential. But because that retracement was still only 35%, this could easily expand itself beyond the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD to the downside. We don't know. We won't know until we see price get down there. But that's what I would be watching on the weekly time frame chart. Price is below the bottom of the daily profile. On the monthly profile, this is suggesting it's a bearish structured profile up there, suggesting a pullback to about 86.14. That's where it could find support. That's the bottom of that profile. I'm still on the monthly chart out here. You can see the breakout for our GLD is 73.51. On a monthly base, we're in bar number 5 of a TD9 count. Maybe that's going to unfold over the course of the next 4 months out there. On a weekly time frame, we can see price has rejected the oscillator and change line. It is red. A falling price oscillator below zero. That's its message. That is bearish. So that's suggesting that A to B equals CD pattern that Brent and I spent some time on. That is a very likely pattern. On the daily time frame, price is trying to bounce, at least some type of counter trend rally. Price is moving lower, doing less relative energy, but no bearish reversal candle, and price finding resistance today at that oscillator and change line. So here's how I would view it. If we do get a bullish reversal candle, whether it be today or maybe over the course of the next couple of days, as long as the RMA signal remains intact, then we would see some kind of a bounce. But longer term, I think that you are right, and that price should head down even further. If we put that together with what is going on inside the U.S. dollar index out here, and this is the one to really watch, the U.S. dollar index has made a nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. And price right now is sitting right at resistance at 90.39. That is the top of its bearish structured profile. So, Brent, I would say if price can close above the resistance of the daily profile on the U.S. dollar index, that then supports at least much more pricing pressure for gold and then the gold mining equities there. What questions or what else can I provide for you on RGLD or anything else? I know you said you had one more that you want to take a look at, which we will, but anything that I can provide for you here?
You didn't have to do that today, Steve. It's none of this, am I going to do anything, in the near term here, so.
Nobody's
I
on
know
the,
you have other
nobody's on
stuff
the
you might
phone.
want to talk about. If you have a time, that's fine. If not, it can be tomorrow, the next day. It doesn't really matter.
We've got time.
The other one is it's Barrick Gold, GOLD.
Yep. So we take a look at Barrick Gold. We'll go through really the same thing here. In the case of Barrick Gold right now, it is consolidating with inside its daily and its weekly, and but not necessarily the monthly profile. So support for Barrick Gold. Should it be able to hold the bottom of its profile is 2360. It's trading at 2363. Resistance, 2495. Both have the top of its profile as well as a descending trend line. The weekly chart has got resistance at 2517, support at 2296, and on a monthly basis, and this had completed a large A to B equals CD to the upside and had the bearish reversal candle, so it's got to sell the D point. Longer term right now, on a monthly basis, price is trading below the bottom of that profile, which is 2379. Now, granted, we're at 2363 and the month is not over, but it does suggest caution and to be careful. As we put up our white background charts out here, we begin with the daily time frame. What I don't have is any kind of bottoming signal. I take that back. There's certainly an A to B equals CD pattern that was confirmed with a nice morning star pattern back about a half a dozen days ago. As long as price can remain above its oscillator and change line of 2330, still has the opportunity to bounce. The bounce could even get all the way up to 2744. I'm not making that prognostication just yet. But there is potential as long as price remains above 2330. The weekly time frame for us says doesn't look very good. Last week, price in essence tested and rejected its oscillator on change line. Doesn't look great out there on the monthly time.
I'm actually looking for lower price on both of these, honestly. I'm just trying to be patient.
No,
I might not get what I want, but that's what I'm more or less, figuring on.
Yeah, so and I think the monthly chart is perhaps the one right now, Brent, that is in control and generating for you and I the best signals. What I mean by that, and we look for chart pattern signals to repeat on a chart, folks. Then it's so. Let's get to it, Steve. When Barrick Gold topped back in 2016, it was a TD9 count pattern. When Barrick Gold topped in August of 2020, it was a TD9 count pattern. So as long as price remains below that oscillator and change line, currently printed at 2493, Barrick Gold could easily be targeting 1265, about another 50% haircut out there, as long as price remains below that 2494 level. So the monthly chart seems to be giving us the larger picture right now, and I think you will get that lower price.
That's fantastic, Steve. I really appreciate it. And again, thank you for Friday's conversation. And
absolutely.
Hope you have a great day, and just take care as always. And I'll plan on talking to you soon.
That sounds great, Brent. And thank you for Friday's conversation as well. That was Brent in Martinez, California. We'll check the email request here. Still nothing. Quiet day. Must have been something, Stevie said. And if so, my apology. Don't know what it was. So we get back from this break. I'll find something of interest for us to pay attention to for the rest of the day. We've got the Dow right now. She's trading out at 39.86 off 110 points. The S&P down 22. We'll be right back.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based, vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go take a look at Surf. For one of our dinners out here. Surf is trading out at 11:30. That's above the top of the daily, above the top of the weekly, and not enough data for a monthly set of profiles. So this would be suggesting to you and I that Surf is looks very bullish, and it does. However, Let's go look at our other charts out here. And our other charts, well, let's start with the monthly. The monthly basis, you had a TD9 count last month. This pattern, if it's going to spot a top, says the high takes place this month or last month out there. So be careful. That's what the monthly time frame chart is suggesting. Take a look at the weekly time frame chart. You've got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Price is going to have to clear the high out here, the high close above on a weekly basis. It's going to have to close above 1168 to negate that pattern. So it does have a valid topping signal. It's really neutral because you've got a valid topping signal, but price is above its oscillator and change line at 1007. So it's really a neutral signal. On the daily time frame, it's got to confirm Rhodes Momentum Indicator top as well. This was a shooting star, so it's going to be the same price point that we looked at on the daily time frame. Price is above its oscillator and change line, so surf and turf out here really is in a neutral position with topping signals, but if those highs get taken out, it should resume its move to the upside out there. As far as anything else to be paying attention to, pay attention to during the day. Just trying to get that out. Let's take a look at that Dow Equity Future contract out here. Right now, we don't have a TD9 count pattern. When we get the TD9 count pattern, we don't have a TD9 count top because it's bar number 7 that has made the high. So no real good morsel that I can give you other than right now, price is pulled back on a 30-minute basis, tested the oscillator and change line, which is green, which is bullish. This suggests at least another run for 39.77. Folks, stay tuned for 2 more great hours. If you're off to start your Monday, thanks so much for being here. Have a magical one, and we'll see you on terrific Tuesday. Take care, folks.